Good morning, Barbara.
Very nice to have you meet you and speak to you about PeriActive. And if you can just briefly tell me about yourself and your name and your age, where you're from.
Sure, I'd be happy to. My name is Kathleen. I'm 71 and I live in Stratford, Connecticut.
Great. And tell us how long you've been using PeriActive and why you started using it in the first place.
Sure. My husband and I have been using PeriActive for about 5.5 years. And we began PeriActive under at the idea of at the advice is a better word, advice of our dental hygienist. We had 5.5 years ago, we switched dental practices to be closer to home. So upon our first evaluation, and as we're, winding up the appointment, we were both told, use PeriActive, and to use it for me, I was to use it with soft picks, and that I was to dunk a little bit into the cap sheet. The young woman told me how much to put in a cap, dunk a little in, and then, place it in between my teeth. And I was to do that at night, followed by a swishing through my mouth with it, but not to rinse out and not to eat or drink anything afterwards.
Okay. And is there some reason specifically that she recommended the PeriActive for you, and also the way that she recommended the usage?
Yes. I'm born with a very small mouth. I have a big voice, but I have a small mouth, and my teeth are crowded, and so they're very tight. And I've had many dental problems over the years. And so she recommended that if I could get, these small drops of PeriActive in between my tight teeth, that would be helpful to keep my gums healthy and to cut back on the bacteria that would be there from food. Because flossing and electric toothbrush, those things are helpful, but I needed something more. And for my husband, interestingly enough, I don't believe he was told to use soft pick. He was to just swish it through his mouth and to use it at night.
Okay. And did he have any specific reason, in using it? Did she recommend that as well? Did he, start using it because you were using it? Tell us a little bit about that.
I I don't think so. My sense of the whole experience of beginning it was, this is part and parcel of the practice. Everyone's told to use it, and because they find it helpful for everyone's teeth. And initially, we bought the PeriActive from the dental office, and thankfully, before COVID started, we were going through so much, and it was just I hadn't retired yet. It was difficult to keep running back to the doctor's office and to purchase more. And so I just decided to go online and see if I could get it. And I was thrilled that I could. And so we buy it in packages of 6 usually. So I think it's prophylactic for that practice. And then for those with other problems, obviously it's helpful. It's very helpful.
Okay. And you mentioned that the hygienist said that she recommended it, to help manage the bacteria and reduce that because of your teeth that were crowded. Did she mention anything else about your gums, your tissues? Did she see any benefit, when using it? Because sometimes when you had, crowded teeth, you have some inflammation in the area. Did she talk to you about that at all?
No, I think my gums were in pretty good shape. Um, I know with aging, all kinds of things happen, so I was just grateful for the advice. And I have had problems in the past with minor inflammation, and but no one, not a dental hygienist, not a dentist, suggested any kind of rinse. Just keep up with the flossing, get the electric toothbrush, and so on. But as far as I know, for me, there weren't there weren't the other problems, except the problems that could come because the food stays stuck between my teeth. Even, flossing removes some, but there still residual.
Okay. And you said you've been using it 5.5 years. And have you tried other solutions in the past? And if so, how did that go?
No, other than flossing, and it takes time to build that habit when you don't have it. But other than the flossing and the electric toothbrush, those are my only two go-to solutions, for the teeth.
Uh-huh. Okay. And would you say that since you're using PeriActive, your mouth has gotten better? I know you were not specifically using for inflammation, but have your tissues overall looked better? Has the hygienist mentioned that to you? Because typically, if you're reducing that bacteria and keeping the mouth cleaner, your tissues could be healthier.
Yes, absolutely. She has mentioned, she said no inflammation, teeth look good. I don't know, it seems to be connected, not sure if it is. The plaque buildup I have has definitely decreased.
Okay.
And so when she's there, we go every 6 months, and when she's, working at it manually, um, it's it's not like what it used to be.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So it makes sense to me that having that the ingredients in my mouth all night without eating or drinking anything after I do my usual night routine, that uh, it does protect, and it is helpful.
Great. So, were you impressed overall with, the PeriActive that you're using?
Yes, I am very impressed with the PeriActive. Definitely,
And
definitely.
would you recommend PeriActive to someone that was suffering from periodontal issues or gingivitis, which is an inflammation of the tissues?
Absolutely, I would recommend PeriActive. I have recommended it to our family and friends, telling them you got to get this, um, because we both, John and I, have both noticed such improvement in our dental health.
Great. Okay. Okay, I want to thank you for all of your feedback, and so happy that the product is working so well for you. So I'm
No,
going to, anything else that you might
no,
want to
I
say?
was just, I was thinking what I don't know if I did mention. I did notice both of us have noticed a cavity improvement. It probably the last 3 years, 3.5. Several is probably the better word.
Uh-huh.
No cavities each time every 6 months. I always had at least one,
Hmm,
at least. So
interesting.
this is huge. And I do notice in the morning, I was advised to floss in the morning before brushing. And I do notice recently, over the last 4 or 5 months, very often little pieces of plaque are the floss is able to dislodge it.
Huh. Okay, great. All right. Well, I want to thank you again, Kathleen,
Sure.
for all of your feedback, and again, very happy that you've had such great results.
Well, thank you, Barbara. And we're just really excited about PeriActive. And I'm a fan of PeriActive, and so is my husband.